Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Luray Page Day, so I'm back on the Zooms today with Gina Hilliard. She is the president at the Luray Page Chamber of Commerce. We meet up every month and highlight a small business or a tourism-related business. Gina, how are you doing? We've had some nice weather. By the time this airs, I don't know what kind of weather we're going to have, but we had a whole conversation before we started recording that you apparently like the heat. I feel like I don't know you at all.
I do. I love summer. Yes, I will say that the 100 degrees with the humidity that feels like 115 is a bit much. I do agree with that, especially if you have a job like Jay that we're about to introduce. It is a little hot outside working, and I feel bad for those guys. It's easy for me to say sitting in a nice AC'd job at my desk. But when I get home and can sit by my pool and enjoy those nice hot days, but yes, it is nice and comfortable and cool. It's given us a little bit of taste of what those fall days are about to come, which is one of my favorite seasons that we get to enjoy here in Virginia.
So joining us on the Zoom today is Jay Foster with KEMS Contracting. And Jay, Gina mentioned it's probably pretty rough for you guys running heavy equipment and being out on open job sites when it feels like it's 115 degrees outside.
Oh, absolutely. And when you're running heavy equipment, usually all the ground's flat. There's no shade. Always stay hydrated. Do the best you can, but don't, I understand where she's coming from with the pool and all, but that's more of any award.
Tell me a little bit about KEMS Contracting. What kind of work do you guys do?
We do landscape, hardscape, like waterproofing, fencing, site prep, demolition. We do lot clearings. We do a multitude of things, but our main thing is site prep, demolition, and land clearing. It's been a hard field to get into at first, especially with all the competitors around, but we're starting to get our name out there just a little bit.
And you've been in business quite some time, so I'm sure your name recognition is getting better and better.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I've been in construction myself for 15 years, building hospitals, airports, residential, government facilities. I've been across the board, all the way down to Florida, outside of Virginia. So I have a very strong knowledge base based off of what needs to get done for the customer.
I like that you have such a variety of services that you can offer because you don't often find that under one company umbrella. Usually they do this or they do that, and they don't do the thing that you need them to do. So you pretty much check a lot of boxes.
Yes, absolutely. And we do many, many more. You give us a call, we'll do our best to meet your needs.
What kind of projects are you working on now?
I am doing a lot clearing right now. We're sitting on probably about an acre and a half doing a commercial building, just clearing out the plot, loading up the trucks, grading out the ground, things like that, just to get it ready for the building that's coming.
I think sometimes people grossly underestimate the work that has to go into getting a site prepped before anything can ever be built, before a foundation can be poured, any of that sort of thing. You guys really are first on the scene, more or less.
Absolutely. And it's a lot of things that go into it, specifically in the beginning. Like a lot of customers, they don't understand that a permit is required if you're taking any roots out the ground. It's a lot to it, but I'll be there to walk with you every step of the way with it.
I'm sure it also gets a little frustrating when you look at a piece of land and think you know what it looks like when it's cleared, but then you run into rock or you run into things that you don't see when it's a lot that's covered in trees. You really have to be able to pivot and think on your feet.
Absolutely. Let's use waterproofing, for example, because also that's one of my skill sets. A lot of people don't understand that they have an underground pond underneath their home. Most companies will just try to get the biggest number. No, I'm going to come to you and actually find a solution for you. And when it comes to like land clearing and stuff like that, you're not lying. You got many creeks, you got huge bedrocks, things that have to be blasted, things that you can't even cart in your regular truck. You'd have to demo it down just to get it transported. It is a lot that goes into it. Absolutely.
I live in Middletown and they are putting a Wawa on the corner of where I live. I am quite happy about the Wawa coming. I'm probably the only person in Middletown proper that's excited that a Wawa is coming to my corner. But as I drive by there every day and see what it looked like before they ever broke ground and what it looks like now, I don't think people realize that you've got to dig down. It's not like you're just going in and mowing the grass and cutting the trees. They're deep into the ground on that project.
Sometimes you got to go between 18 and 24 feet in the ground just to do any type of foundation work, or like you said, specifically a gas station, putting those tanks in there. They're huge. They're a lot, but there's a lot of traffic that goes through there. So it's a requirement. It is a lot to really build these projects that I do, but it's worth it. You see from beginning to end.
Do you do commercial and residential projects? What kinds of clients do you have?
I do residential and commercial. I have a client in North Carolina that's building an entire subdivision. She's having me clear 20 acres for her. And she has the smallest type of lake, almost like pond lake thing, and it's going to be gorgeous. She showed me the plans. I'm excited to start that project. We're still waiting on the permits right now, but once I'm able to break ground, I'm going to be putting a lot of photos up, taking a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, just to show everybody my progress of what's going on. And as far as commercial, that's actually what I'm sitting on right now. This is like a business center out in this area, this region. It's just a lot of work going on. I got 2 hose running. I got a roller going, a dozer going. I got 20 dump trucks coming in and out of here, just pulling the clay out of the.
You mentioned North Carolina. Do you have a target geography that you can service? Is it mostly the Shenandoah Valley with special projects like that in North Carolina? Where do you typically do a lot of your work?
Virginia, more or less, but I'll go to North Carolina, West Virginia, Maryland as well. I've actually got a client that called me that lives in Maryland. He's got 3 projects for me, 3 little plots he wants to build houses on. And I have no problem going to West Virginia. So the surrounding states, Virginia, North Carolina, West Virginia, and Maryland. I love to travel. I enjoy the adventure, but also servicing the customer.
How large is your crew?
Um, Holding 7 or 8 people as of right now, but they all love to travel. And they're all operators, they're all skilled laborers. These are people that have been in the field for over 10 years. People I can trust when I have to go bid another job, that they'll continue to please the customer, respect the customer, and get the job done in the most professional way.
Let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk a little bit more about some of your projects. And Gina, I know you've got some events coming up in the next couple of weeks that you want to remind everybody about. Can we do all of that in the next segment?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to do all of that when we come back. We are on the Zooms today for Luray Page Day. Gina Hilliard is joining us. She is the president at the Luray Page Chamber of Commerce. Jay Foster is on the Zooms with us as well from a job site, no less. He is with KEMS Contracting. We're going to talk more with both of them when we come back in just a couple of minutes. In just one day, you can help shape a stronger, more connected community. On September 19th, United Way of Northern Shenandoah Valley will lead Day of Caring, the region's largest single-day volunteer event. Over 900 volunteers will roll up their sleeves to help local nonprofits with projects that matter. Painting classrooms, repairing shelters, planting gardens, organizing food pantries. Whether you're a business looking to sponsor, a nonprofit in need of an extra set of hands, or a neighbor ready to serve, there's a place for you on Day of Caring. This is what community looks like when we come together. This is care in action. Learn how to get involved at unitedwaynsv.org/dayofcaring or email dayofcaring@unitedwaynsv.org. One day, hundreds of hands, lasting impact. Join us. Welcome back to the Valley today. I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Luray Page Day, so we are on the Zooms with Gina Hilliard. She is president at Luray Page Chamber of Commerce. One of her new members is joining us. Jay Foster is on the Zooms with KEMS Contracting, KEMS Contracting. We talked in the first segment a little bit about some of the larger projects that Jay has worked on. But Jay, so I'm curious, you mentioned in the first segment about waterproofing. What if I am a homeowner and my basement flooded a few months ago and I realized that it is not at all waterproofed like it should be? Can you come and fix that for me? Do you do projects for homeowners that maybe want to do an addition or add a concrete driveway? Or with all the cabins in Page County, there may be somebody that wants to add a cabin or two. Are those things that you do as well?
Absolutely. When it comes to like waterproofing, those are actually one of my funnest jobs. Once we figure out exactly which place the water's coming from, it would be easy for me and my company to fix it. And as far as like additions and stuff like that, absolutely. I love watching how the customer gets extremely ecstatic when they see the new addition done and you got the drywall hung, the flooring down, the window in, however you want it. Maybe a new chandelier or even an extra bedroom. I've also done pool work, building pools, concrete pads. Those are all fun jobs, you know what I mean? It's not really nothing that's too hard for me that I can't handle when it comes to residential work. Again, I've been doing that for over 15 years, so that's where I started.
I want a she shed in my backyard that I can turn into a studio, but I don't want to buy one of those prefab
Oh,
shed things. I want something that's a little more custom. Is that something you can do?
absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Those are my type of jobs. I love those. The most powerful thing is creating something from the mind and building it exactly the way you want. And I'm somebody that I don't like to mess up. I don't like customers mad at me. So I'll do my best to help you as much as I can.
That's a little out of the norm for most contractors that I know. So that's a good thing. We were talking a little bit during the break. So I grew up in a family. My dad, my whole entire childhood, was a concrete contractor. So dad poured and
Mhm.
finished concrete. I learned how to work a trowel machine when I was 12 years old, doing basement floors and driveways and all of that sort of thing. And I remember what it was like growing up, where in the spring, summer, and fall, we were having steak and potatoes for dinner. But then winter rolls around and you can't really pour concrete after a certain temperature hits outside. So then we're having hot dogs and mac and cheese a lot during the winter. You added snow removal in order to keep that service going all year round.
Yes, absolutely. Whether it be a regular pickup truck to a dump truck with a blade on it, or even down to heavy equipment. You can push snow with a front end loader, a skid steer. It's not really an issue for me. I love working all year round, and pushing snow is actually very fun as well. Actually, last winter was actually pushing snow at a hospital to make sure that those that got into accidents still were able to make it to the hospital. It's not just a residential thing. I understand that people like me, if it wasn't for us with those type of duties, it would be very hard for a helicopter to land on its pad because it's covered in snow, or the road just to get to the hospital, it's covered in snow. So I like to volunteer myself to at least make sure that everybody gets home safely, or if they're not going home, they get to the proper place to get the help that they need.
How would people get in touch with you? Someone listening today also wants a she shed in their backyard, or they want to talk to you about snow removal before the snow is actually here. What is the best way for them to reach you?
You call me at my number at 540-305-7345, or you could email me at KEMS contracting at gmail.com. I also have a Google page, but the quickest way to get in touch with me is by phone number or email.
Gina, he mentioned having a Google page. As luck would have it, our next seminar. So it's 2 weeks as we're recording, but it's tomorrow as people are listening. We're doing a seminar for small businesses on their Google business page.
Exactly.
Oh,
Perfect segue right into it. So, yes, as you're listening to this radio recording, Tuesday, August the 19th, from 11:30 until 1 p.m., we are doing a business seminar on Get Your Google Right. So, Janet is coming in and giving a great presentation on your Google business profile is often the first impression that customers get to your business, and you want to make sure that you have your business listing with all of your business information correct, and that you're actually listed on Google to where it's actually showing up on the right hand side and all of that. And as Janet shared previously in our last business seminar, Google has completely changed how you sign in and change all that information. And we want to just make sure that this is a way that you can go in and learn how to properly update your address, your hours of operation, because sometimes that changes. You might open up and want to be open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. and all of a sudden realize that's too long and you now want to close at 6 p.m. or change your hours and extend them longer or something, or close one day of the week, something. or post more photos, anything and everything. You want to make sure that it is your Google listing and you're claiming what is your listing and not somebody else's information. So it's just a powerful way for your information to be out there to claim for your business.
I will add to the big misconception out there amongst a lot of small businesses, particularly those like me in a service oriented business, is they think I don't need a Google business profile because I don't have an address, I don't have a storefront. You can still have a Google business profile and you don't have to put your home address in or an actual address. You can designate service areas. So that's one of the things that we're going to cover too. A lot of people that are contractors, much like Jay, don't necessarily want to put their home address there because people don't come to their house to do business. You still have an option to take advantage of a Google business profile, whether you have an actual business storefront or not. So that's going to be one of the things I think is pretty eye-opening for a lot of people.
Yeah. So this business seminar is either in person at the Chamber and Visitor Center in our conference room, or you can Zoom in. We do have a Zoom link, so you can register and sign up by emailing myself at events@luraypage.com, or you can call the Chamber office at 540-743-3915. Let us know if you're coming in person or if you would like the Zoom link, and we can email you the Zoom link. And that way you can be a part of the business seminar. And then it's free. Either way, Zoom or in person, this is a great way to take advantage of a great opportunity for your business to expand. Then we have a great ribbon cutting grand opening for a new business that is opening up in the downtown Luray area, and that is Taste of Home Downtown. It's a new restaurant. Thursday, August the 21st at 10 a.m. for their ribbon cutting. So come welcome them and celebrate their grand opening and stay afterwards for lunch and taste their wonderful menu. Then our business after hours is on Thursday, August the 28th from 5:30 to 7. And this is also at a brand new business. It is at a wedding venue and it's at Big Oak Manor and Ranch. It's being catered by Hank's Grill and Catering. And so come out, check out the new wedding venue, mix and mingle in with the other businesses in the community, and have a great time at business after hours.
I love that you are still adding wedding venues to Page County. I know you're the cabin capital of the universe, but you have a lot of weddings in Page County, and there are never too many wedding venues. So I love to hear that another one is coming on scene.
It is. It just keeps adding and populating. And we still hold on to the fact that we're the #2 wedding destination in the country. And why not? We just have a beautiful backdrop everywhere you turn with all our beautiful mountains in any direction you want to turn, or the river. And so it's just a beautiful setting, however you look at it.
Where can people go find more information about the chamber or new members, the events that you talked about? Where is the best first place for them to go?
So our website, visit luraypage.com, or they can check us out on social media, our Facebook page or our Instagram, or they can email us at events@luraypage.com or call us at the office and sign up for anything at 540-743-3915.
Jay, I'm sorry that we're wrapping up the show because that means you have to go back out and play in the dirt. So please don't be upset with me.
I'll never be upset. I'll be waiting for that she shed. You know,
I know, right? I can tell my husband I got a guy. I am so excited.
It's my job to fit into your budget. I understand things cost. I'm willing to work with you in any way, shape, or form. I know some of these prices, you know, how the world is right now, it can be very ridiculous how people charge you. But I'm willing to work out anything that I need to, long as it's within reason. I'm your guy.
You're already my guy. I'm going to go outside after we're done and start marking off where I want this shed to go.
I know that's right.
Gina, thank you for taking the time today. And I will see you as people are listening tomorrow, but as we're recording in a couple of weeks.
Sounds great. Look forward to it.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, a few minutes after noon. So meet me here then.